Hey guys, this week we'll be talking about how to take care of yourself. And the objective of this video will to be help you guide you towards, well, taking care of yourself. And as a little fun fact, this video was voted on my Discord server. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. Before we actually figure out what we should do to take care of ourselves, first we need to know what we should be aiming for. In a way, what's our goal here? What's the objective of all of this? Well, it's to, in a way, be okay with ourselves, not having doubts or insecurities. It's about having a healthy lifestyle, about being okay both on the outside but also on the inside. So, in this video, we will be talking about just that, how to take care of your physical self and mental self. So, let's get into it. So, in order to keep your physical self healthy, there's five main points you should take into account. First one being your diet. It should be no surprise that what you eat affects your body. And the most important thing about having a healthy diet is drinking water and staying hydrated. I know several people that don't seem to drink water, even though it is the most important thing for your body, and it's literally responsible for making all of it function. First of all, drinking water helps keeping your heart in circulation and with blood pressure, which in turn prevents dizziness and fatigue. It also helps keeping your brain in check, as dehydration can cause headaches and more. It also really helps during workouts, as water keeps your body temperature in check and helps reduce the risk of your muscles cramping. And of course, it is very important for the kidneys, since to filter out waste from blood, they need water. And if you don't drink water, it can lead to kidney stones. And these are just a few of the reasons drinking water is so important. I recommend keeping your water bottle beside you at all times. So, even when you aren't paying attention, you'll automatically be drinking water from it. Now, onto the food part of healthy diets. For a healthy diet, you should have meals with a decent amount of protein, which you can get from chicken, eggs, and beans. And this will give you the protein you need to build and repair muscle. Carbohydrates, which are your main source of energy, which you can get from fruit, vegetables, and bread, which can also help with fiber to help you digest stuff easier. And of course, vitamins, which two of the most important ones in my opinion would be vitamin D, which you can get from sunlight, which will boost immunities, help your bones grow as your skin absorbs calcium, and will also help mentally. And the second one being vitamin C, which helps your body defend itself. It also boosts immunities, helps your body repair tissue and wounds, and fight cell damage. The main place you can get them from is from citrus fruits. And of course, there's no shame in eating fast food every now and then, but if you really are taking your diet seriously, you should pay attention to processed food, which are full of sugar and salt. And to finish, you should pay attention to your body cues. Eat whenever you're hungry without having shame, and of course, avoid eating when you feel full. Next up to taking care of your body, you should practice exercise. Now, this one is fairly straightforward. Exercise helps with heart health, strengthens your muscles, and boosts your mood. There's a lot of exercises you can do, so just pick one you feel like is the best for you. It can be something as simple as walking or riding a bike. It doesn't need to be a full-on gym training session. Usually, it's recommended that you at least train 3 to 5 times a week. But, of course, you also need to take breaks, which leads perfectly into our next segment. Learning to take breaks and relaxing is very important. The main one being sleeping. It's important to have a good sleep schedule and to at least sleep 7 hours a day. You should also avoid screens and heavy meals before bedtime. And you need to learn to be okay with doing nothing and relaxing, as it's also very important to have a moment to just wind down. Next, we have good hygiene. The main objective of hygiene is preventing illnesses. Taking baths, brushing your teeth, washing your hands, and so on and so forth are really important for that reason. It doesn't just help with that, but it will also make you feel better about yourself, and of course, you'll be all clean and shiny. And to finish, you should avoid bad habits. Stuff like smoking, which affects your respiratory system and can really easily make you dependent. Drinking, which just has so many problems besides just being drunk. Limit substance use, which isn't just about something like drugs, which you obviously shouldn't do, but also caffeine and energy drinks. But also screen time, and of course, being aware of your body image. This means seeking medical help when you feel discomfort, resting whenever you're tired, and not pushing yourself. And of course, not talking negatively about yourself. If you apply these five into your life, you'll start seeing results and feeling better about yourself. Of course, the results won't be instant, and you'll have to go into this for the long term. But physical health isn't all there is to taking care of yourself. What good does seeming good and healthy on the outside do if you have problems and insecurities on the inside? Taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical self. Like I said, what good will looking good on the outside do if you're broken and struggling on the inside? We'll be exploring three different topics. First one will be practicing mindfulness and expressing yourself. First, what is mindfulness? Essentially, it means slowing down and reflecting on your thoughts. And of course, have a moment to relax. The main way to do this is through meditation. But how do you meditate? Well, it's simple. Start by sitting in a comfortable position. After that, close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Eventually, you'll feel your mind kind of wandering off, but that's normal. Slowly focus back on breathing. Do this for however long you decide. And if you manage to be consistent, you'll notice yourself being much less stressed and anxious. Now, you need to learn how to express yourself. You need to let out any emotions you may have bottled up. Of course, you need to do this in a certain healthy way. If you don't feel comfortable telling people how you feel yet, try getting a diary to write out how you feel. After a while, you could try speaking with someone you trust and telling them how you feel. This will take time, but eventually you'll be comfortable telling others about how you feel and you'll be able to express yourself much more easily. Next up, you need to learn to be kind to yourself and have some self compassion. Take what I'm about to say and remember it for as long as you can. You should be your best friend. You need to remember you are also human and that you deserve as much as others do. Please don't sacrifice yourself for someone who wouldn't do the same. You need to accept that you can also mess up, that you can hurt people, but remember that others can also hurt you. We don't feel a certain way just because of the hell of it. If you feel like something might not be working out, there's a reason for it. Even if it's someone you hold close, you need to accept that they can also hurt you, even if you don't want to face that truth. And with all of this, you need to set boundaries. The biggest example of this is learning to say no. Sometimes we say yes or agree to something we don't really want to do, out of our kindness. However, this is a bad habit. If something tires you out or demotivates you, it's best to avoid it, or at the very least, come to terms with it. You need to overcome the guilt you might feel by saying no. You don't always need to explain yourself. As selfish as it might seem, if you don't set boundaries, you'll just end up worse. And finally, we have how you connect with others. I've said this before, but humans are social creatures. We naturally need to interact with one another to be healthy. You should connect with someone who makes you happy, someone you can vent to, and someone who actually cares. And you should focus on quality over quantity. You don't need to talk to a friend every day. Sometimes, occasionally, short chats are enough and better than reaching out to someone for no real reason. There will always be someone for you, and I mean it. But it doesn't stop at learning how to connect with others. It also means making the sacrifice of cutting people off that aren't worth your time. This might be controversial, but I think if someone doesn't treat you like they should, you have to cut them off. Now, you should really think about this first. You shouldn't cut your best friend off just because of a simple disagreement. You should always try to fix things with someone before cutting them off. And this should be something both people put effort into. Don't reach out to someone if they're never going to reach out themselves. Well, and that's it for now. I've decided that I will no longer be uploading weekly videos, and I won't really follow any upload schedule anymore, and I'll just kinda pop up every now and then with a new video. This way, if I do decide to make a video, it will end up being higher quality than these videos are. Well, that's it for today. And today's song recommendation is Q Kuranin by Iowa. That's it for this week, and I'll see you some other time. Farewell.